everyone. Didn't make it near as far as I wanted to yesterday. Fighting the issue of getting that factory tow hook. I did find one. It's going to be in today's video, but I'm making this for yesterday's video. I didn't really have a very good intro for yesterday's video, but yeah, kind of making a little bit of headway, and here's day 2 video. Alright, today is day 2 here in the garage after work. Kind of ran into a little bit of an issue on the oil pan yesterday, possibly main seal. The oil pan has a pretty good leak, it seems. We're going to go that route before tearing into the main seal. I'll probably be able to check that out and see when the pan is down. That way we'll know if it needs the main seal or not. We need to make any other kind of changes to the plans. But yeah, today's going to be going to work on getting this cradle dropped out, work on getting the engine supported from the top. I need to get the tow hook out. I'm going to see if that works, if it's the same thread pitch or not. If not, I'll be doing some research to see if what I need to thread into that head, that spot for the hook to lift the engine up. But that'll be probably the majority of this video. Work on time lapse. I want to get some music on in the little bit of time lapse that I do. It was late last night by the time I ended up getting anything done. So I didn't get to do it fully the way I want, and for some reason my phone won't download my old intro off the other videos, so I just had to start fresh and make a quick little intro there. It's kind of just a temporary thing. I don't think it'll be the intro forever, but yeah, it's a start. I'm new here. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm new here too. So I guess it's going to be just one of those things. Keep working on this thing on day 2 and see what kind of progress we can make. Alright, so here's the current situation. I have a little bit of a dilemma. What I was saying about that spot right down in there, that's your factory, like a lift point. I thought maybe that the factory tow hook would fit that, but I can't even tell, because we dug through this car's toolkit and every single tool is gone. So we don't have any the tow hook, so I'm going to try and find out, do some research on what thread pitch that is, and maybe just make my own lift hook using a bolt from work and maybe like a link of chain or something welded to it. That way, you know, just support the weight of the engine while we drop the subframe. But that's the current issue right there. We did pull off the coolant reservoir, drain the coolant, pulled off the little vacuum canisters that sat there, and now you can see the charge pipe coming off of both of the turbos down there. Kinda can see the front turbo there a little bit. The intake pipe, the little silicone intake coming around in through there. Goes over to the front there. And then I'll have to fish the other one out around the back. But yep, that's the current situation. Not too bad. Kind of walked around trying to figure out what the hell to do about finding a tow hook or something to pick the engine up, just support the weight of the engine there. But kind of wasted a little bit of time doing that. But overall, not too bad. Going pretty smooth so far. Had 2 guys holding the drain pan for the coolant, and being able to dump it off into the jug made it a little bit nicer. But yep, just plugging away, and that's where we're at so far. another little quick update here. Got that upper, got that upper pipe that connected both of the outlets on the turbos that went down to the front mount. We ended up pulling the front mount, pulled that pipe, and you can see the front little baby turbo there. Pulled the front, that cold air intake that was the front one. Still have the rear. Still yet to look and see how that one's going to come out. Shouldn't be too bad, but then it'll be pull the down pipes. I'll have to look at the directions on that kit. I believe they do say that you need to pull the water pump, get it out of the way, but that may come after the cradle is lowered. I'm not too sure. Go over here and check out this front mount. It's not real tall, but it is that 7-inch thick. And there's that upper pipe. Goes down to the front mount. Or went on there. That's the outlet for the rear turbo and the outlet for the front turbo. And there's that front cold air pipe. It's definitely getting there. I'm kind of curious on the exhaust though, that this one is like a true dual. And I have to look at the kit, and I think it's just a single downpipe. So I may end up having to do a little bit of fab work on the exhaust that I wasn't expecting, but I'm not too sure. I might be getting ahead of the game, but quick little update. Getting there slowly onto the downpipes and get that cold air intake pipe off the rear turbo. And then we'll be going back to the bottom side to see what we need to do. Alright, this next section here, for some reason the video recorded sideways. I debated not putting it in here, but it was kind of, had a few important things that I wanted to show, just kind of going with the storyline, I guess. But yeah, kind of bear with it. I know it's going to be annoying to stare at it sideways or whatever, but yeah, sorry about it. Alright, another quick little update here. Ended up pulling both the intake systems off there. The front one from earlier. Got the rear one out, fished out there. Wasn't too bad. Pulled the catch can off that he had put on there. Got the down pipes pulled off of it. And let's see. Everything was laying over here. The other intake pipe and both down pipes. Then I believe it's getting rid of the rear oxygen sensors. I have to ask him and see if he has the deletes or what we're doing on those, but yeah, I guess we'll take it up in the air now. Put it down a little bit. We got pretty low clearance in here, but that's what I've got to work with, so. light on here. All right. See the exhaust. Yeah, see the rear turbo there. Downpipe is off of it. There's the back of the front turbo. Start getting those all unhooked here. Probably drain the oil out and get ready to drop this subframe, and you're gonna do that oil pan. We are gonna change the oil pan gasket while we're in here. Might as well. I know the water pump's got to come out. Can't really see it. Kind of see the hose separated from it there a little bit, but pulled the intercooler out. Can't see the turbo from the front there, but definitely an interesting little setup here. But gotta pull this engine mount off, or not. I don't know if I have to pull it out or off, but I may have to pull all this out to make clearance. Have to look through the directions, but the whole cradle again coming down. Let's see. I think it's pretty much about all we're gonna get into for tonight. Maybe try get the turbos off tomorrow, get the cradle dropped down, find out what thread pitch that bolt is for that engine lift point. That way I can get that supported and get the cradle dropped down, and then maybe start getting this thing ready to put some stuff back on. I gotta look at it and see if the downpipe bolts to the split exhaust. If not, then we'll definitely be having to fab something in that aspect, but it'll be alright. I think it'll be pretty fun either way. Overall though, made it fairly decent far for working on it for about 2.5 hours after trying to find tools and looking for that lift and everything for my little tow hook that I couldn't find. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's a learning experience, first time, so we're gonna kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. So the last section with me standing by the car talking and just kind of rambling on here, I was trying to be in the shot and the camera was just pointed a little too far the other direction, so yeah, I was trying to be in the shot, but it didn't work out. Well, it's gonna wrap it up for tonight. I've got a friend of mine that stopped by. I've got to get some welding done on a small intake temp bung for him for his DSM, so he can go speed density and not have issues, and that way he can get on to tuning and get his car dialed in. But yeah, this is probably going to be it for tonight on this. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it's what I got to work with, a little bit of time, and as you can see in the videos, I'm still fighting tools, and I need to really organize my tools and get a good layout, and that way I can just know exactly where my tools are. I can go there, or maybe even get a project cart where each cart has a set of tools for whatever project that I'm working on. That way I know, just go right to that and get what I need and not misplace them. Spend a lot of time looking for tools that I've lost, or digging through like tool bags, or everything's, I just have so much stuff and it's piled on such a little toolbox, and I just kind of waste a lot of time, it seems. So getting organized, it's a thing that I'm working on. Being able to work a little bit faster. I really need to get a bigger electric impact. That way I can do like the bigger underside bolts. And like my video yesterday, you couldn't really tell, but in the time lapse I was breaking all the underside bolts loose by hand, which isn't a big deal. It just takes a little bit longer, where I could, you know, spend 10 minutes doing that. I could have had it done in maybe a minute. So it's just one of those things, just slowly acquiring and regaining my tools and garage and everything, because at one time I did have a real nice Snap-on. But over the years and changing jobs and not making smart decisions, career-wise, I guess, and just jumping around from job to job. But that's why now you see me, I work 10 hours a day and then come home and do this, you know, 3-4 hours in the evening. So just one of those things that I've learned, that I gotta work a lot and not sleep very much if I want to actually make it anywhere and be able to pay for stuff and get these jobs done. So for now, it's what I have to do, but definitely work towards maybe going part-time in the future. I had almost considered it not too long ago, going part-time at my current job, which is at Napa, which I'm not paid or anything for a sponsor. It's just I work for a small franchise, Napa. But work for them now, maybe eventually go down to a part-time position, and that way I can focus a little bit more time on these cars and other projects and custom fab. And I have a few different tool ideas that I want to come up with for well, I've come up with them. I want to design them and maybe actually create prototypes and try them out on, you know, my own stuff first. Like my leveling blocks for the truck, I would like to start maybe advertising and producing those, which I have a set that I need to weld up. I just need to do it. The 4G63, I have a tool idea that I want to maybe try and bring to life for that, for timing the engine, like cam degreeing and everything. I want to go through that. I've got a valve spring compressor tool that I would like to maybe try and perfect a little bit more, and it's kind of a little bit easier to use one person with a dual overhead cam instead of having to like a little tool that you have to move around on the head. This one you actually have full leverage and a full range of motion on it. And just little things like that that I'd like to do. I just work so many hours as it is. Just kind of sucking it up right now and trying to, you know, bust ass in the evenings and get these projects done and still show everybody, you know, kind of document my journey. And I really like to, you know, kind of explain to and show what I've gone through or what I have to do. And I mean, it's a learning process, you know. Like I said, my first 335, the kit has pretty thorough instructions. I'm actually really impressed with them. Speed Tech. I hadn't heard of them up until Bruce mentioned doing the turbo kit on the car. So shout out to them. They've so far everything's been, you know, spot on them, showing how to tear the car apart pretty much. So I'll be interested to see. Everything should bolt on pretty well. And probably tomorrow maybe do a little bit of unboxing, and maybe once the old turbos are off, compare the old system on the ground compared to the new one. Maybe try and compare some weights, see if there's any weight savings or weight, you know, gain in that aspect. But yeah, it should be alright. I think it'll be some fun times, and I'd like to keep on just doing a daily little video. They may not be that long. I may ramble on at the end of the video, and you know, or at the beginning, I don't know. Maybe try and do a little bit of an opening sequence like I did. Just, I don't know, it's just kind of an ongoing learning process, and I'm sure it'll evolve as I get going and a little bit more comfortable and finding out my cameras and getting everything, making sure that my phones are charged or able to be on charge while doing the time lapse, because I have that other phone and it pretty much killed it in the little time lapse that I managed to capture today. But yeah, and everyone, hopefully you can enjoy a little bit of what I'm putting out there. And I know it's not anything super crazy or exciting right now, but a little bit of tech here and there, and just documenting my daily routines here in the garage now that I've got a decent little setup. But as I acquire tools and do bigger, better jobs and some fab work. I really want to show doing some welding fab work. I've got 3 or 4 cars right now that I need to do a lot of fab work too. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Hopefully everybody will maybe like and subscribe and just kind of keep following along and enjoy the journey with me. So I'll try and do another one of these videos tomorrow and keep everybody posted and updated on what's going on. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.